So we will study about gain of control systems. Actually, gain of control systems. This measures the effectiveness of control system. Effectiveness of control system. So what is gain? Gain is equal to correction by error. For example, the BP of a blood pressure of a person normally is 100 mmHg. And now we have infused blood in that person. And because of infusion of blood, what happens? The blood pressure of that person increased to 160. From 100, it increased to 160 because of infusion of the blood. Now what happens? As we discussed before, like we discussed in the previous video, that baroreceptor system will be activated when blood pressure increases or decreases, it will help. So what happens, as we discussed before, the baroreceptor system will be activated and other systems also will be activated, which will try to bring back the blood pressure to normal. And in our example, like here, the baroreceptor trying to bring back the BP from 160 to 100, like back to normal. Suppose the correction is not 100% here. Suppose decrease of blood pressure due to baroreceptor activation is stabilized to 120 mmHg. Like before, in the starting it's 100, increased to 160 because of infusion of the blood. Now it is from 160 to stabilized to 120. 160 to 120, but not to 100. Originally it was 100, but it only came until 120. So BP originally was 100. Baroreceptors correcting the BP, but correction is not 100%. There is still some error. The error still persisting, which is 20 mmHg. I think you are understanding it. Before it is originally 100, increased to 60. It decreased to 120 because of baroreceptors. But there is an error of 20 mmHg, right? So from this, the gain is equal to correction over error. So how will you know the correction? The baroreceptor corrected from 160 to 120, which is 40. So 40 over error is 20, which is 2. But here it is minus 2. Why it is minus? Why it is negative? Because of the baroreceptor is doing negative feedback. It is changing the blood pressure in opposite direction. That's why it is minus 2. So normally baroreceptor have a gain of minus 2 and thermoreceptors have a gain of minus 33, which is very, very high. So you know that kidney regulate the blood pressure. Kidney is under the control system of blood pressure regulation. It is the long-term regulation of blood pressure or blood volume. But if you give enough time to kidney can regulate your blood pressure or blood volume without any residual error. That means 100, if it is originally 100 raised to 160, the kidneys can bring back it to 100. That means the error is 0 and the correction is 60, which is 100%. So gain is equal to 60 over 0, which is infinity. That why this is infinity gain. So infinity gain is also possible. And with this, we always study the regulation factor of control system. So what is regulation factor of control system? It is a measure of accuracy of control system, which is change with regulation over change without regulation. What is change without regulation? 100 to 160, which is change without regulation, and 160 to 120, which is by this baroreceptors. So this is change with regulation, and 100 over 100 and 120 difference is 20. So 20 over 60, regulation with change with regulation by change without regulation. 20 by over 60 is 1 by 3. So accuracy of control system is inversely proportional to regulation factor. Thank you.